Hey, seventh graders, welcome back. Not last week, but the week before you guys started this elk case study, you guys were assigned the introduction and you were also assigned part 1, okay? Today, for this week's STEAM Wednesday, you guys will complete part 2, which you're obviously watching the video to right now, and you will also have a video and questions and a reading for part 3, so make sure you move on and complete that today as well. Okay, so this is part 2. Your guys' focus for part 2 is I can make predictions on the age difference between the two elk herds. So really for this part, we're focusing in a lot on why the Lamar Valley elk are living much longer than the Madison River elk. Okay, moving on to the next slide. This should look familiar to you guys. You have something to read. You have something to highlight in that reading, and then you'll have some questions to answer. Remember, there's a little key for any information on the Lamar Valley. You'll go yellow. Purple for Madison River Valley, and blue for any general information that you think are important, okay? Here's your little reading for the day, much longer than part 1. So in the mid-1900s, researchers began to notice changes in the population numbers of the two elk herds. The average age of Lamar Valley elk was approximately 16 years, with the oldest animals living 20 to 25 years. In the Madison River Valley, however, the average age of elk was approximately 10 years, with no elk living beyond 16 years. So remember, when you're highlighting, here's your guys' little color key. You would only want to highlight things that you would be able to memorize, so little snippets. Okay, moving on to your questions. This section's pretty quick for you guys. So what are your initial reactions to the age difference in the two habitats? So really just tell me what you think about it, okay? Why do you think that there's such an age difference? So you're really looking at the causes of why the Lamar Valley elk are living longer than the Madison River elk. So try to list 2 or 3 reasons as to why you guys think that is. Okay. As student scientists, what investigations would you conduct to determine the cause of the difference in lifespan between elk and their two habitats? So what are some things that you guys basically would want more information on? If you were out studying these elk, what other things would you need to know? So try to think of 1 or 2 or 3 other things that you guys would need to know for that. Okay, that concludes part 2. Remember, you're also assigned part 3, so I will hear from you guys in a second.